Okay, now we're going to do something called TypedSql. And TypedSql, it lets you or allows you to run your own custom queries. So it is a preview feature, so that's why you need to enable it first. And the way you enable it is if I come over here to my files and where we have the Prisma schema, you want to go over here to where you have the client and you want to add this preview features in TypedSql. So maybe by the time this video is released, you might not have to do this, but for now, you have to go ahead and add this, otherwise you will not be able to use it. Okay, so how do we actually use our own queries in a safe way? All right, so you're going to come over here to your Prisma folder. We're going to create a new folder and it's going to be called SQL, like that. Okay, and then what we do is we're going to create a new file inside of it and we're going to just name it this, whatever the query is doing. So for me, I'm grabbing the reservations by their rank, so that the idea is, let's say if I have 3 people that put a hold on a book, so if I log in I should see what my rank is, so I kind of get an idea of where I'm in the line. That's the entire idea. Anyway, so what I will do is I'm going to name it just like that, so it'll be like get reservation rank for book, right? And it's going to be .sql. Okay, that's that. Okay, so now you can start typing your SQL. We'll be passing in 2 parameters, and the first parameter is going to be the book ID and the user ID. So you start off by defining the parameters. So I'm going to do @param, like that, and then we're just going to give it the type. So it's going to be an integer. Then the position in the query, so that's going to be the first parameter, and it's going to be book underscore ID. And then you want to give it a description, and this will be used when we shown by the TypeScript. And I'll show you guys how that's done. So it's going to be basically the book that is on hold, right? Then we need to give it the second parameter, and then this one is going to be param, same idea, int, and this one will be position number 2. Okay, and then this will be the user ID, like that. Okay, and then it's going to be the user ID for which we want to get the rank. Let me see, rank, like that. So now that we have done that, we're going to write the query. So first we're going to write the subquery, and then we're going to write the main query. So what I'll do is I'll do basically select, select, and we're gonna do r.user underscore ID. So r is from the reservation, and then the idea is you just want to get the row number. So if you guys know the row number is going to give you in a sequence the rows that you're going to get, and we're going to order them by a certain column. If you guys don't know what this row number is or ranking, I have a complete SQL course on my website. You guys can actually watch it where I explain this in detail. Anyway, so we're going to do row number, and you want to go over something, right? So we're going to do over, and then it's going to be order by, all right, and it's going to be r dot reservation underscore date. So we are kind of sorting them by reservation date, so whichever came first gonna get row number 1, and so on and so forth. And this one I'm going to call as the queue number, like that. Okay, so what are we actually reading from? Well, we're going to read from the table reservations R, right? So the R, if you guys know, I'm just using this alias, so it's reservations R. And then what you do is where, which we don't want to just read everything, so we're just going to say we're going to filter it. Book underscore ID is equal to question mark. So this question mark actually refers to the first argument that we have. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to indent this because this is our subquery, and we're going to write then the outside query. So it's going to be select user, okay, rank. So what is user rank? Well, I'm going to come here and encapsulate this into these brackets, and then this one I'm going to call the user rank, like that. So then here I can do user rank dot query number, because that's all we are interested in, getting the queue number. So not query number, the queue number. So I'm grabbing the queue number here from, so just like how you would read from a table, I'm reading from this SQL. And then here then we need to say where we need to do user underscore rank is equal to, sorry, dot user underscore ID is equal to question mark. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do. So what basically we're saying is for the given book, get the reservations and order them by the reservation date, right? So we do that. We're going to get a sequence of numbers. So once you have done that, now we need to regenerate the client so we can actually close this. Now I'm going to come over here to my package.json, and over here we have this generate MySQL. Now the command to generate the client is, you guys know this, is npx generate Prisma generate. But now to use this TypedSql, you need to pass in this --SQL, right? So I've added that to my scripts in my package.json file, and the reason for that is I'm using .env, and the reason why I'm using this is because when you use Prisma, it will generate a .env file, and the database, the environment variable goes in that .env file. But since I'm using Next.js, and Next.js you have to use the env.local environment variable file, so that's why I'm basically saying to this Prisma command, I'm kind of supplementing it by supplying the env.local file and saying, hey, grab the environment variable for the database from this file. So I hope that makes sense. Then what we can do is go to the terminal and run this. Okay, so here we are, and what we have to do is simply just do npm run, and it's going to be generate MySQL. So if everything goes well, it should work. Okay, so no errors. It generated the client. I'm going to restart the server. Okay, the server has been restarted, and I think we can actually go ahead and start using this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a function here, and the function is const, and it's going to be get rank for user, and what we're going to pass to it is the book ID. So this is going to be async. It's going to be book underscore ID number, and then in here we can actually use that function, the TypedSql. So I'm going to do const rank is equal to, and it's going to be await Prisma dot, okay, and then here what you do is you're just going to do query raw type like that, okay, and then here I can specify the name of the that file. So it's going to be get let's see, rank for user. Was it this function? So if I come over here, and let's come here and let's see, so it get reservation rank for book. Okay, that's what it is, get reservation. So it's not going to bring it here, we need to bring it ourselves. So what I'll do import, and let me just grab the file name. I'm going to copy it, I don't want to type it, and I'm going to paste it here, and then you want to do at, and you're going to do Prisma client and SQL like that. Okay, so now we have this, so let's see if we can use it. So if I come here and I do this, as you can see here, here's our parameters, so the book ID and the user ID, and if I hover my mouse, as you can see, these are the comments we added, and they're actually showing up here. So that's what I was talking about. So first of all, I'm going to pass in the book ID, and then the second thing will be session.user.user ID. Okay, this one, I think we just need to do maybe the, let me see, why is it complaining? It's saying argument type number is not, can I just do as number? There you go. Okay, so that is that. And now how do you return the result? So this returns an array. So what you have to do is return if rank dot length is greater than 0, then basically you just return the first one, dot q number. That's the one, remember, we specified. Otherwise we just return 0. All right, that's it. The rank is 0 means we haven't even put on hold this one. I mean, you won't even see it if it's not on hold, but anyways. So now let's come on over here and we can start filling this one. Okay, so in here what I can do is now display the rank, and the way we're going to do this is we're just going to do, let me just grab all of this, get rid of it, and I can do UR number, and then we can do get rank for user, and we're going to pass in the book ID, result.book ID like that in the wait list. Okay, of course we need to close this one. Boom. Let's see if this works. Okay, that works. So I'm number 1 in the wait list, so that's pretty cool.